What's up? This is Casey from Casey's Custom. In this series, I am building a chopped, channeled, airbagged hot rod for under $3,500. In this video, we go over the budget, and I also have some questions I need answered about my donor chassis from you guys. So let's get going. So let's talk about our donor chassis. This video, I was going to come in here, start trimming the rocker panels, start cutting the rest of my floor out. I mean, I have to do that either way, so I'm gonna end up doing that. But I found out something about this that I was a little naive about, or just dumb, basically. Since we're gonna be doing an airbag system on this, I had thought this is an all-wheel drive or a four-wheel drive version. I had thought the way guys airbagged these was they pulled the axles and then you could just run like a normal two-wheel drive setup, or there was a couple things you could do, custom A-arms, etc. I was thinking I would do that. I didn't realize with the torsion bar setup, it is actually a lot bigger deal than that. It's not just pulling an axle and running, you know, two-wheel drive stuff up front. It's actually just a complete train wreck. It is so much easier to just get a two-wheel drive truck if you're wanting to put airbags on the front end. So I kind of ran into that, and I decided before I would make any decisions or cut anything up, I would actually just ask you guys, because this project will end up being a raffle car, will end up being a giveaway, just like we've done on the last one. And before I got too crazy with it, I wanted to see what your guys' thoughts were. Now, this is obviously my car, but I build these for YouTube. You know, I have customer cars, I have my own cars. This is kind of just a YouTube build, so I do want to hear what your guys' thoughts are. Here's my stance on it. This truck right here is on this exact chassis. Four-wheel drive, Blazer chassis. This looks so much taller because it's got these big ass wheels on it. It also might be lifted, but that's easy. We can adjust all that. And also when you put the body on, you channel it some. You don't line up your rockers right here, you put them down there, so it channels it some. Here's my thought. I just about died. Here's my thoughts. If I can get it this low on the truck, I should be able to get it just as low on the car. And what we'll do is we'll just do airbags on the rear end, which is really all I care about anyways on this 51, because I want it to be a tail dragger, which is a style of car they had in the 50s, where these are kind of meant for them anyway because the back sloped down so much. We'd have the front end real low, and then my back bumper I would just be able to lay on the ground with airbags. So it would just be airbags on the rear end. I think it would be cool. And if I can get it the same setup as I have my truck, you know, I'm talking 5 or 6 inches in the front and then be able to lay the back down, I think it would be perfect. I think it would work great. And also, this is a really good motor transmission setup. I've already drove this around, like probably put 10 miles on it, buzzing it around. Zero issues, zero problems, no check engine lights, no nothing. So I do like that this is already a setup. I do like the fact that I know this one's very reliable. Has a bunch of new parts on it. The guy I got it from, he said he put $1,000 in new parts. So it's got like new fuel line, new fuel pump, new all that stuff. So I know it's a good motor and tranny setup. It's going to run for a long time, and I kind of like the setup on them. But not being able to airbag the front end is kind of upsetting. I was a little naive on that. I just went with what I've heard before and not actually talked to somebody that's done it or looked it up. And it's a huge deal converting that four-wheel drive front end. So let me know what you guys think. Like I said, if we look at this and I had the back end on bags and I could lay that down, there's nobody saying that that isn't cool. So I think it's okay. I think we can stick with it. But before I go crazy, before I make any decisions, I want to see what you guys want to say. Let me know what you think. Either way, this one, if we do stick with this one, it'll definitely be getting the rear airbags anyway, because I have to move the axle a little bit on this to match up with the 51. We need to go over the budget. I haven't actually started the budget on this yet. I know what the numbers are, but I haven't been writing them down. And just like the 1955 Ford, here, let me show you that real quick. Just like this badass truck that I built for under $1,000, as soon as I said we can build this one for under $3,500, the haters came out. I got 20 different comments. Bullshit, you're not figuring the price of the body, you're dumb, you don't know what it is. I can't find anything that cheap around here, no way, it's impossible. Even though I just built that one for $1,000 and I have 30 videos on Document It We already got the haters, which is fine. That's YouTube, that's the internet. So let's go ahead and get started on our budget. This is the F1000 budget. We obviously don't need this anymore. So let's wipe all this down and get started on our new one. Here's what we bought. Here's what we resold. If you didn't watch the last series, big way that you can stay in budget is selling off parts you do not need. Huge, huge thing to do. We bought the 51 Chevy for 600 bucks. Bought the Blazer for 500. Here are our totals as of August 1st. Chevy was 600 bucks, Blazer was 500, cap and rotor was 37.51 for a total of 1137.51. This is what we've sold. All the Blazer parts I sold for 175. The Chevy fastback frame and motor I ended up getting 150 bucks out of. So we have recouped 325, which leaves us at a current total of 812 as is. We still have so much stuff to do, so much stuff to buy. The airbag stuff is going to be at least $1,000, so we got plenty of money to start spending, but I do like this is where we're at. There's another reason that I, am kind of happy with that. The fact I got into that for 500 bucks, running and driving in perfect shape is just extremely lucky. But, oh, I did this on the last one. This is for haters and whiners. The last build was a $1,000 build. I had guys, a couple guys say, of course you can build it for under $1,000 because you have $25,000 in tools. And I said, well, it doesn't take that much. Well, they argued with me. So I did a tool total on the last one. We're going to go ahead and do that again. This doesn't count towards my budget. This is just what I've used. Very basic stuff to cut shit up. I'm only at 120 bucks. Sawzall grinder, body saw, air chisel. Haven't used anything else. Didn't need a plasma cutter. Didn't need a welder. Haven't used any of that. So 120 bucks is where we're at. Now, granted, we're just in the beginning stages, so it doesn't look like much. But I'm pretty happy that we're at 812. And we have basically both of our bodies there, which is awesome. The one thing that I do like is, I said in this other video, these bumpers have some very rare bumperettes. I guess they were a dealer option only. They didn't produce very many of them, but they are badass. Let me show you. See these cool little bumperettes? They're worth a ton of money. Apparently they're worth like $1,000, $800, $1,000. And I want to run them because they're so cool, but I have those in my back pocket. If our budget starts creeping up on us, I can sell those if I have to, but I'm really trying to keep them because I really like the way they look. I think this is going to be a video for now. It's going to take me 30 minutes to cut that floor out, so I'm just going to do that on the next episode. But like I said, I probably whined on about it for at least 5 minutes straight. Let me know what we should do. I think we're cool with our setup, but let me know. Let me know what you guys think. I actually value what you people think. Well, not all of you, but some of you. Thank you guys very much for watching. I know this is probably going to be a shorter video, so I apologize. But it's a good time to start asking some of the questions that I had before I get too far along with my donor chassis. I think I'm going to be okay with it. I think it'll be cool just airbag in the rear end, but I want to know your guys' feedback. This is, after all, a YouTube build, and when we're done with this, it will end up getting raffled off to one of you guys anyway, so you will be the owners of this car at some point, whoever ends up winning the raffle. But let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff they tell you at the end of videos, and check out some more of my other videos. Peace!
I've really been addicted to you. All of my attention I've been giving to you. Caught up in my feelings, I got feelings for you. Caught up in my feelings, I got feelings for you. On my mind, I can't lie.